We've just seen the 2023 renewal of the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, and we've seen a 5-star performance by a champion in number 4, Charles Dickens. What we're going to do is we're going to do the interviews with the winning connections, then we're going to break and come back for the formalities, which will be speeches and the presentation. I think first up, let's have the winning jockey, who is Aldo De Mayo. And Aldo, full of emotion. And why not? Because this horse must be one of the most special horses that you've ridden throughout your career. You've had some success on some great horses, but he must be up there with some of the best that you have ridden.
Yeah, listen, I've ridden a lot of good horses, very good horses, champions, and just something different about him. And I said it from the start, you know. There's something about him, and I can't explain it. And we've got this connection, we've got this bond. And once I get on him, he knows I'm there. He just seems to calm down, and everything comes into play, and everything's at peace, you know. And I get a little bit nervous a day or two before the time because I'm just not sure what's going to happen. But the minute I get on him, all those emotions subsides, and I got all the confidence in the world. And he glided to the start, and he slept coming out of pens. And I didn't really want to be on the fence. It wasn't the plan, but he wanted to be there, and I always trust him wherever he wants to be. And as you can see, a lot of emotions because he's just such a special horse to me. And it's more than racing. It's more than anything else. And I said it some time ago. It looked like I was ready to throw in the towel when this horse came around, and he just changed everything for me, and he's just given me another kick up the backside and another chance at life. And it's just for him to reward me in this way without me probably feeling like I deserve it. It's just something special and something that's not common, especially in our industry. And yeah, big thank you to Mr. Rupert. He's starting to follow because of this horse. And look at all these people turning out to see this chestnut champ. And like I said, there's just so many more layers to him. Kevin, Candice, Trevor, Mark, there's so many people we need to thank. Mr. Bass, I'm pretty sure they're all watching at home, my whole family. I know as much as I tell them not to, they probably tuned in right now. And yeah, I'm just going to go enjoy this moment. Thank you.
Well done to Aldo De Mayo. Understandable, just filled with emotion. Candice, you know, I want to take you back to your days with your dad, who I'm sure is watching, Mike, and your mom, Carol, and all the good horses that you've witnessed go through your dad's hand, and the foundation and the grounding that you had, you know, coming into your own now as a trainer. You've had some good horses, but, you know, as Aldo alluded to, he seems to be something extra special.
He is, Deez. You know, he's quite different to, you know, you talk about a horse like Pocket Power. He's a completely different type of horse. Pocket Power was, you know, he had longevity, and he was also a brilliant horse. This is a different kind of horse. He's just, you know, I've never had a horse like this before, and I don't think with my father either we had a horse quite like this, that can turn it on like he does. He's phenomenal to watch, and yeah, what can I say about him really? I mean, he really just gives you a feeling of that no other horse will be able to give you.
It's all about opportunities and support, and Mrs. Rupert, who is here on course today, and Drakenstein Stud, she's been behind you for a long time now since you've taken out your trainer's license.
Yes, the support that I get from Mrs. Rupert and from Drakenstein Stud is really, I can't thank them enough for all that I get from them. I've had some truly, truly good horses from them, and you know, they just keep coming. So all I can do is say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And you know, they're fantastic people to work for. I really do enjoy working with them every day. Kevin, pleasure to work with, and we've had a lot of success together. And having this horse here is just amazing.
You know, I just want to go pre-race because you've done your job. You know what a good horse you've got. But how's the mood for Candice Bass Robinson?
It's a lot of relief. You know, obviously training a horse like this comes a lot of pressure with it, and you know, as good as he is, and you know, people always say, what you're worried about, so everything will be fine. It's not that simple. You know, he's got his little quirks and things. He hasn't got the easiest of mouths at home, and he can get a little bit on the keen side, so you're constantly, you know, worrying about all those little things. And yeah, as I say, it's a lot of relief that comes with it, and as I say, for me to have a horse like this is just the most awesome feeling, and I think later on it hits home more so than what it does now. Right now it's more of a relief, and you know, to watch him is always a bit nerve-wracking, you know, but he's got that super turn of foot, and when you're watching him, it just gives you that feeling of, I can't really explain to you what it feels like, but great feeling.
You know, he's got legions of fans all over the country. As Aldo alluded to, they've come out to see him. I have to ask you this question. Is this the last that we'll see of him here during the KZN champion season?
Look, Deez, we haven't decided that. Possibly could be. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to discuss that after the race. But, you know, this was his main mission for the season, and he's come up here, he won the Guineas, and he's won this. So I don't really want to ask too much of him. He had quite a hard season as a 3-year-old in Cape Town. So we'll look forward to the season again with him down in Cape Town. So we'll take it from here, but we'll just enjoy this win. I think he's been a horse that's done a lot for racing. He's got a huge following behind him, and I'm sure everyone's glad to see that he's done it today. So all kudos to him, to my whole team. Obviously this is not done alone. I thank all of them for all the hard work they do. To Oscar, his groom. He's quietly spoken groom. He loves his horse, and he takes a lot of shouting from me from time to time. But he does a great job with him. And to Elder, rode a super race on him today. They've got a great rapport, and I think it just makes a great team, with the horse as well. It's thanks to everybody for all their hard work.
Brilliant job. We'll join you shortly for the winning presentation.
Thank you very much. And to Hollywoodbets, thank you for their sponsorship. Thank you.
Well, we mentioned Mrs. Gaynor Rupert representing Drakenstein Stud. She will be credited as the owner and breeder of this horse. Mrs. Rupert, you've tasted success at the highest level around the country in so many feature races, but when you look at the horses that you've had this season, he's the horse that stands out, doesn't he?
He's the horse that stands out above all of them. He's, sorry.
Sure.
He's Trippy that I love so much, and now I've got Charles Dickens. I feel like horses can humble you. He certainly humbled me. I'm grateful to everybody in my team, Kevin, Kira and Gavin at home. Absolutely the best team. Candice been magnificent. Aldo, everybody involved. And I didn't expect... you have to prepare yourself for the race like this, because you might go home and it's the winter of despair. There's so many great quotes from Charles Dickens, and they all apply to how you feel with a great horse like this. I think he proved himself today as a 3-year-old, and the fact that he's by Trippy, a great family, I couldn't be happier. Not much in life can make your heart turn over, and you feel you can laugh and cry in the same 5 minutes.
Well, I'm going to come back to you because SABC is with us, and they've joined us for this prestigious race, Weight for Age, one of the premier 1600-meter races in the country, and of course it is won by Charles Dickens. We congratulate all the winning connections and thank SABC for covering their race. So it is the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge that's won by horse number 4, Charles Dickens.
Can I just say one?
Yeah, I'm coming back to you, Mr. One second, they're coming back to us. Well, apologies, Mrs. Rupert. We just had to cross over to SABC. We are closing off our broadcast there. I just want to come back. You mentioned your team, Kevin Somerville and everybody back home. You guys see these horses from when they are born, etc., and how they mature and maybe go to the sales or which ones you want to keep. As this horse, from day one, was there rumors on the farm that this horse, Charles Dickens, could be something?
I would be lying if I said that,
Sure.
Because a lot of them look really good. He looked good, but you don't know which one will be the superstar. So what I omitted to say was thank you to Hollywoodbets. Huge thank you for everything they do for racing. But to answer your question, no. I don't think any of us knew he would be as great as he is.
Well, he's the colt, and exciting times ahead, whether we see him or not for the rest of the season. But you've given us some wonderful memories with the horse that you own and you bred.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well done to Mrs. Gaynor Rupert, and we are going to break, and we'll be back with the official presentation for the 2023 Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge. Welcome back for the official presentation of the 2023 Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge. And joining us in the winner's enclosure, Mr. Mahesh Chetty, the chairperson of Gold Circle Racing Club and a director of Gold Circle, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hollywood's Greyville Racecourse. the Theatre of Champions. It's absolutely fantastic to see so many people enjoying the festivities on one of many high-class race days during our champion season. A special vote of thanks to Hollywoodbets for their ongoing sponsorship and for investing so much passion and enthusiasm in our sport here in KwaZulu-Natal. Their continued support has reinvigorated horse racing in the province, and for that we are truly grateful. Thanks also for using this special day to introduce their brand and media partners, as well as members of other sporting codes, to the excitement of high-quality horse racing. Being a weight for weight age, the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge does not always attract a large field, but the quality is always there, and this year was no exception. My hearty congratulations to the winning connections. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Brand and Communications Manager of Hollywoodbets, Devin Heffer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know we've got the next race starting soon, but just a big thank you to everyone who came out today to support this amazing event. For us as Hollywoodbets, we're so passionate about the game of horse racing, and the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge is where it started for us in terms of Grade 1 sponsorship, and to be able to showcase our love for racing and spread it to the other parts of South Africa has been really amazing. And also getting the massive one, the Hollywoodbets Durbanville last year, was really special, and now we're properly out of COVID and we can't wait to welcome everyone back on Saturday the 1st of July. Just a massive well done to everyone, the connections of Charles Dickens, first off to the groom, and Nkunzi Basile, well done. Congratulations to the jockey Aldo De Meo, cracking ride. Candace Bass Robinson keeps proving time and time again that she's one of the masters. And then to Drakenstein Stud and Gaynor Rubert and Kevin Somerville, just a massive well done. Horse racing needs its heroes, and it's so fantastic that you gave us Charles Dickens. So thank you very much. Thank you for everyone who's here today. Have a great afternoon. We look forward to seeing everyone back here on Saturday the 1st of July. Thank you.
Yeah, a big thank you to Myers Chetty, chairperson of Gold Circle Racing Club and the director of Gold Circle, and of course Devin Heffer, brand and communications manager of Hollywoodbets. Now to the all-important presentation, and first up, the gentleman that takes care of Charles Dickens. We heard Candace Bass Robinson mention him in that interview. He's done an outstanding job, a great job with this horse throughout his career, and his name is Oscar Nkunzi. Oscar, well done to you. And I've just been told by Precious that it is 2,000 from the sponsor Hollywoodbets, and the 2,000, that's the usual prize, Hollywoodbets and Gold Circle. So 4,000 Rand, Oscar Nkunzi. You've done an outstanding job with your horse, Charles Dickens. Next up will be the winning jockey, who is Aldo De Meo. And Aldo has partnered this horse throughout his career. We heard it in his interview, the emotion that he has whenever he wins on him, especially today. He's got a bond with this horse, a horse that he says has given him the motivation for where he is today. Well done to winning jockey Aldo De Meo. And then the winning trainer, Candace Bass Robinson. What a job she's done with this horse. And from day one, she didn't mince her words that she could have a star on her hands. And here's a horse who's now had 10 starts for 8 wins and 2 seconds. And he showed them who's boss today, Charles Dickens. Well done to a winning trainer, Candace Bass Robinson. And then the winning breeder, we got Kevin Somerville here. I think he's going to accept on the behalf of the winning breeder. And then we'll call Mrs. Rupert to accept on behalf of the winning owner. Well done to Kevin Somerville, accepting on behalf of Drakenstein Stud. And Kevin is firmly part of that team who produce champion after champion. And then the winning owners, also Drakenstein Stud. And really nice to have Mrs. Gaynor Rupert on course today, and really enjoyed that interview with her as well. So well done, Mrs. Rupert, and your Drakenstein Stud owners and breeders of the mighty, the classy, the champ, number 4, Charles Dickens. And that concludes our presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we'll thank Mr. Myers Chetty, Chairperson of Gold Circle Racing Club and Director of Gold Circle, and Mr. Devin Heffer, the Brand and Communications Manager of Hollywoodbets. It is Charles Dickens, the 2023 winner of the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge.